Good morning, everyone. My name is Robert Sanchez, and I am the Superintendent of Hackensack Public Schools. My pronouns are he, him, and his. Welcome to our Pride Inclusive Flag Raising Ceremony. Before we continue, please allow me to introduce a few of our distinguished guests. Please save your applause to the end. Please welcome from the Mayor's Office from the City of Hackensack, Jacqueline Hashmat, Bergen County Commissioner Mary Amorosa and Jermaine Ortiz. From the New Jersey Department of Education Office, Executive County Superintendent Louis Delicio and County Business Administrator Stephen Burke. From the Board of Education, Board President Scott James Vickery, Vice President Anthony Rodriguez, Trustees Marlene Somerville, Demetrius Carroll, former Trustee Larry Rodriguez. From Central Office Administration, Assistant Superintendent Andrea Parchment, Business Administrator / Board Secretary Lydia Singh, Directors Dr. Lauren Kazmark, Darius Pemberton, and HR Manager Tunde Adedoyan. I would also like to welcome our principals from Hackensack High School, Jim Montesano, from Hackensack Middle School, Dr. Joy Dorsey Whiting, from Fairmount Elementary School, Eric Boitring, from Nellie K. Parker School, Lillian Whitaker, from Fannie Mayer Hiller School, Dr. Judy Soto, from Jackson Avenue School, Christopher Moran, and Assistant Principal Donna Petron-Wall from our Early Childhood Center. Also in attendance, District Supervisors Roseanne Cavallo, Rich Del Vecchio, Janice Acebo, Kristen Bader, Joanne Winters, and Amanda Grossi. Please welcome a few members of the GSA clubs from Hackensack Middle School and Hackensack High School, and their advisors Dee Kalman and Julie Platt, respectively. Thank you. Our courageous student speakers, Shruti Sangamkar, Reed Rodriguez, and Vinayan Chalepa Ives. And of course, all of you who have taken the time from your busy schedules to join us on this great day for our school community. Let's give them all a round of applause. What a beautiful day to celebrate inclusivity and belonging. I would like to thank the Hackensack Board of Education for being an ally to the LGBTQ+ school community and for making this event possible. Here at Hackensack Public Schools, we believe that it is our responsibility to create safe, supportive, and affirming school environments for our entire school community. Moreover, we believe that it is important to do so not just during a particular day a particular month or day of the year, but rather to do so every day. It is for this reason the Pride Inclusive Flag today to demonstrate to all that we are committed to supporting visibility, dignity, and equality for LGBTQ+ people in our diverse community all year long. Let this flag be a symbol of hope and instill a sense of belonging for our students, our brothers and sisters, our sons and daughters, and friends and neighbors who are members of the LGBTQ+ community. Perhaps the young men and women in our community who worry if they can safely be themselves in our schools and with their families and friends will look at this flag and experience a glimmer of hope and pride and see Hackensack Public Schools as a safe haven. For them, we gather here today. In conclusion, it is my hope that all who see this flag, regardless of their political affiliation or religious views, will recognize that there are populations within our school community that feel excluded, left out, and not represented. Let this flag say to all, you belong. Thank you. Please allow me to introduce Board President Scott James Vickery, who will read the board resolution that was passed at our October board meeting and provide us with his commentary. President Vickery.
Good morning. I am Scott James Vickery. My pronouns are he, him, his, and as the president of Hackensack Board of Education, it is my honor and privilege to be here with you today to share the resolution from the October board meeting. Whereas the Hackensack Board of Education is committed to creating safe, supportive, and affirming school environment, and whereas the Hackensack Board of Education recognizes that creating safe, supportive, and affirming school environments requires an appreciation for the value of identity and diversity among all individuals, and that there are actions to take to ensure equity. And whereas all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights, and whereas lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer LGBTQ plus individuals have had immeasurable impact to the cultural, civic, and economic success of our country. And whereas the Hackensack Board of Education is committed to supporting visibility, dignity, and equality for LGBTQ plus people in our diverse community, and whereas while society at large increasingly supports LGBTQ plus equality, it is essential to acknowledge that the need for education and awareness remains vital to end discrimination and prejudice and promote understanding and a sense of belonging for all. And whereas October is LGBTQ plus History Month, and whereas LGBTQ plus Pride Month is widely recognized during the month of June, and whereas celebrating LGBTQ plus History Month and Pride Month influences awareness and provides support and advocacy for the Hackensack Public Schools community, the LGBTQ plus community, and is an opportunity to take action and engage in dialogue to strengthen alliances, build acceptance, and advance equal rights. And whereas the Pride inclusive flag acknowledges the intersectionality of gender, sexuality, and people of color, and is widely recognized as a symbol of pride, inclusion, and support for social movements that advocate for LGBTQ plus people in society, while acknowledging the beautiful ethnic diversity of the Hackensack Public Schools community. And whereas the Hackensack Board of Education recognizes the importance of celebrating LGBTQ plus pride all year long, now therefore be it resolved that the Pride inclusive flag will be raised on the third day of November in the year 2022 and flown all year long in conjunction with the American flag on an existing flagpole at the Hackensack Board of Education office in support of the LGBTQ plus community. So this resolution is important and historic for our district. It is a symbol of who we are and who we strive to be. But now it's up to us to live it out. Activist and mother of the LGBTQ plus civil rights movement, Barbara Giddings, said, "Equality means more than passing laws. The struggle is really one in the hearts and minds of the community where it really counts." I am thankful for the hearts and minds of our community, or of our school community specifically. While other districts across the country and even in our own state are passing policies to make schools less safe for the LGBTQ plus community, we are raising this flag and reading this resolution to affirm our commitment to every student, not just to accept them, but to affirm and celebrate their many gifts. We are blessed to have LGBTQ plus faculty and staff, along with dedicated allies who work every day to build the kind of school community that will do more than educate our students, but will nurture them and support them. I want to thank Mr. Sanchez, who brought this idea to the board several months ago, and he saw the need and the importance of this moment as a public commitment to the Hackensack community and the students that you've entrusted to us. I also want to thank his team and the many advocates over the years who have helped create this moment, including the faculty advisors who have created clubs that are a safe space and a place to learn to advocate. And on a personal note, as a father of LGBTQ plus children, I am eternally grateful to the teachers, administrators, and staff of the Hackensack schools for loving them and accepting them for exactly as they are. It's amongst the greatest gift that you can give a child, and that feeling of self-worth will linger longer than the bell rings. Thank you.
Thank you, President James Vickery. I now have the honor and privilege of introducing to you Shruti Sangamkar.
Hello. Oh, wow. Okay. Hi, my name is Shruti Sangamkar, and I'm a sophomore at Hackensack High School. Okay. So, as a high school student, I often think about things like how to fit in, when to stand out, and how to find my place in the world. While I'm at an age of introspection and creativity, doubt also creeps in, whispering at my shoulder, even at my highest points. At my lowest, it is all I can do to not let doubt consume my thoughts entirely. While this is true for almost every person, these thoughts especially hold true for LGBTQ+ teenagers. There's a constant struggle between wanting to express your identity and wanting to fit in and feel safe. Doubt lingers through it all. Am I making the right choices? What happens if I'm wrong? It's both painful and confusing. These doubts lead to emotional loneliness. For many of us in the LGBTQ+ community, loneliness played an integral role in our childhoods. Struggling to understand ourselves while knowing that the society isn't made for us forced us into a position of perpetual isolation. At least, that's what I believed it to be. You see, I lived a relatively sheltered life when it came to social identity as a child. I didn't know much about the LGBTQ+ community until I was in middle school. Before then, the idea of being gay didn't seem like something that I could ever understand, so I simply chose not to think about it, even though my early experiences with my personal sexuality suggested it. A major contributor to my denial was the environment of negativity towards marginalized groups, as well as the blatant homophobia and transphobia I heard at school. To me, staying in the closet, even to myself, guaranteed some level of safety. My views took a drastic shift when I got to middle school. All of a sudden, I was exposed to so many different perspectives about the LGBTQ+ community. As I became more mature, I started to think, who am I? How will I choose to see other people? And how do I want others to see me? This ended up sparking a very long process of discovering my personal identity. As I took in new knowledge about myself, I became a very strong ally for the LGBTQ+ community. I couldn't pinpoint it then, but there was a much deeper, more personal connection to the community than I realized at the time. During the COVID-19 pandemic, my own loneliness was suffocating at times, and there were many days where I wouldn't feel like doing anything. That is, until I found out about the HMS Gay Straight Alliance. All of a sudden, the loneliness was replaced with overwhelming support from teachers and students who truly understood parts of me that I had never been comfortable with sharing or even acknowledging to myself. My sexuality was no longer taboo. I cannot stress enough how much being involved with this group of people meant to me. Engaging with people of all kinds of identities has given my perspectives so much more nuance. Both the HMS and HHS GSAs have been nothing but supportive and welcoming throughout my experiences. They have given me so much comfort and reassurance, and I am so glad that we have these clubs in the school district. It is my sincere hope that flying this pride flag every day will help LGBTQ+ students feel that we belong here in Hackensack schools. Not just that we are accepted, but that we are welcomed, that we are valued as an integral part of the school community. Anyone who walks with open ears through an HMS or HHS hallway crowded with students knows that there is still much work to be done. Students often say hateful things without truly understanding the implications, and there should be a much stronger push to encourage empathy and understanding towards LGBTQ+ students. Let us hope that and expect that this pride flag is a big step in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Shruti. Our next speaker is Reed Rodriguez.
Okay, let me just get my speech out because I wrote it on my phone and I just closed it. Great. 1 moment. Bear with me. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Thank you for finding the time to be here today. As you might know, I started kindergarten in L.K. Parker as Victoria, and started Hackensack Middle School as Victoria. But when I left the middle school, I left as Reed. Really, I left under a different name, but I later decided that the name Reed was better. When I was at Hackensack Middle School, there came a time that I was bullied every day. Complaining did not help, and the idea that the school or the school system would support or defend who I am was not even conceivable. When COVID hit, I was in 6th grade, which was the height of my being bullied. This is when I discovered the rainbow and what it meant to be queer. When I was about to start 7th grade, after all the bullying, we did not want to repeat of 6th grade, for sure. My parents and I had a Zoom meeting with Dr. Galliana, who was going to start his first year as the principal of the middle school. He took what had happened seriously and asked what were the 3 things that I would like to happen at the middle school. My 3 non-negotiable demands were changing my photo and my name in the school system, a non-gender specific bathroom, and starting a gay-straight alliance so that there would be a safe space for kids like me. And Dr. Galliana, he did that all. And with the help of teachers like Miss Coleman, he made that happen. This was at a time when the Board of Education had a member that hated people like me. And the idea of a pride flag raising for even a day, much less a year, was never going to happen. With the help of Miss Coleman, we started the GSA first over Zoom meetings and brainstormed in the meantime our plans for in-person meetings. We sold masks and t-shirts to fundraise for the club. There was no financial support from the Board of Education, though. We got to meet with Sarah McBride, a legislator from Delaware who is transgender. We got to meet and make friends and realize that we were not alone. We made care packages for LGBTQ homeless people. The GSA did not solve all our problems, but it helped so many of us with what we were going through, and it eased our suffering, and it probably saved some lives. Recently, I spoke at a rally for Damien's Voice. Damien was a middle schooler in Bloomfield who took his own life, literally the day his school said that there was no evidence that he was being bullied because he was trans. Damien could happen here, and it still might. To all the teachers, staff, and administrators who are here today, raising the pride flag is a wonderful symbol of acceptance and understanding, but that flag is no substitute for teaching, and sorry, I did not practice this speech enough, but so here's what I was trying to say. There's no substitute for teaching and practicing acceptance. The flag means nothing if insults get hurled in our schools every hour, every day, without facing consequences. The fact that our existence makes some of our students, staff, and parents uncomfortable does not give any of us less of a right to be a student in these schools and to be able to excel and thrive. Thank you for all the progress, and thank you for the work you are doing, but we all know that there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, and we need to do that to make it safer for everybody. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you, Reed. And last but certainly not least, Vinayan Chalepa Ives. I hope I pronounced that right.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Vinayan Chalepa Ives, and I'm honored to be speaking to you at this historic event. I'm speaking to you as a 6th grader. Yes, a 6th grader. As a supportive ally to LGBTQIAP+ people, and as a fellow member of the Hackensack Middle School Gay Straight Alliance, or GSA Club. Well, some of the other club members are here too. So we thank our club advisor, Ms. Kalman, and the HMS for providing us opportunities to participate in events like this. So we are a very open-minded and supportive club. We have had many diverse and progressive role models come and speak to us in our meetings. I think our GSA is a role model that every school deserves. This Pride flag raising event is truly an important milestone in the history of Hackensack. Our town, I recently learned, is the first town in New Jersey that is keeping the flag up all year long. So it's really important for all of us, to be here to show our support. The Pride flag flying here all year long will show that we are an inclusive community to everyone and that we are proud of all our students and citizens. Today, we show to the world, yes, to the world, that Hackensack is proud of its LGBTQIAP+ students and citizens, and we're not afraid to stand up. Let us hope that the courage and support spreads everywhere, and all people are treated equally with respect, no matter their identity, color, or gender. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinayan. Now the moment we've all been waiting for. The Pride Inclusive flag will be raised on this third day of November in the year 2022 and flown all year long in conjunction with our American flag here at the Hackensack Board of Education office in support of the LGBTQ+ community. Would Shruti, Reed, and Vinayan please come forward and join us in the raising of the flag? Before I make my closing statement, I do want to acknowledge that the Congressman's office, Congressman Gottheimer, sent us over a certificate today. I'll read it to you. It says, Congressional Certificate of Recognition presented to Hackensack Board of Education on the occasion of the Pride Flag Raising Ceremony in recognition of this momentous occasion and your service to the community. Your commitment to Hackensack and the 5th District is exemplary. Signed, Congressman Josh Gottheimer. Let this flag be a symbol of hope and provide a sense of belonging to our LGBTQ+ community for all time. This concludes our ceremony. Thank you, and have a great day. Thank you, guys.
They recorded picture for the Instagram? Do you want to assemble whoever wants to be?
Like I turned
Reading better.
center again.
I'm just saying.
Hello. Hello. Hi.